Hey family, welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, my name is Jazz. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment, you guys. I love y'all comments. If you are one of my A1 Day 1 subscribers, shout out to you beautiful souls. Please continue to show your love however you do that best, okay? Today we're going to go ahead and do a collective energy read, all right? It's a lot going on right now, y'all. The energy is changing on a daily basis. I think it's kind of imperative to tap in regularly now and see how spirit can continuously, divinely guide us. You hear me? So we just go ahead and jump right on in. We'll be using the angels, gods, and goddesses oracle to get an overall message from spirit. And we will be using the tarot of the Orishas today. This deck is long overdue for me, if I must say so myself. This deck is long overdue. Look at Yansa. Look at Yansa. She is a spirit from Candomblé. Yansa is very symbolic of Dantor, if you come from Haitian spirituality. Saint Barbara, if you are of Santeria or Ifa. We're going to tap in. I will be referencing this book a lot, y'all, just because I feel like this book is extremely insightful. So whatever messages that we have coming through from spirits today, depending upon what cards that clarify, we might tap in. We might go ahead and see like what's coming out the book. This deck is gorgeous, but I'm not gonna lie, I did feel some type of way. Yoruba and Ifa is represented, Cuban Santeria is represented, Brazilian Candomblé is represented, the Haitian Voodoo, one of the most powerful African spiritualities. You guys, there's none of our Loa in here. And then I started to look for a Haitian Voodoo or Haitian Loa book of tarot, y'all. One of the most powerful African spiritualities does not have any representation in this particular divination. So y'all know spirit told me to work on a deck, right? I'm putting all my energy into that because the Loa that got all African people their freedom, because without the 1804 revolution being successful, all black people would still be enslaved today. And those particular deities and spirits that contributed to such a beautiful transition in humanity as a whole, 1804. We don't have no representation in such a beautiful divination of spirituality. Y'all know I gotta do it one time for the one time, just for the culture. We're gonna go ahead and tap in and bless our reading. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels. Thank you, ancestors. And thank you, ascended masters. Mother God, I ask that you utilize me as a humble vessel and fill me up with divine insight, divine guidance, and divine light to help myself and the collective further evolve, further ascend, and further grow ourselves spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Whatever messages come across today, I ask that you fill us up until we overflow. Ashe, Aibobo, Amun. We're going to go ahead and get an overall message from spirit from the angels, gods, and goddesses oracle. I love this deck, y'all. This deck is dope. We're going to go ahead and see what comes out. Overall collective energy. Spirit, can we get one overall collective message? Well, there it is. We actually got two. We're going to rock with it. We have the goddess of beauty. You are a wondrous being of light. There is nothing to change or fix. With all that's going on in the collective right now, to all of my African women of African descent, your dreads, you hear me? Them Jones is beautiful. Your hair, your texture, the way it grows, that shit is beautiful. That hyperpigmentation in your skin, your flaws, your uniqueness is beautiful. And we got the goddess of beauty in this collective energy coming through to remind us that there's been a lot of different things that society, y'all, we live in a patriotic society, meaning whatever the white man wants to see beauty-wise in a woman is what we are subconsciously being subjected to. So when you turn on this subconscious programming, whether it be on your computer screen, on your television, on your cell phone, through social media, you see the promotion of European beauty. So to all of my black women who find themselves struggling with inner beauty or struggling with natural beauty, I feel like the goddess of beauty came through in this reading today. We might have to relocate, y'all, because it's starting to rain. It's like a little drizzle, but I'm going to see if I can rock out with it, for how long I can rock out with it. The goddess of beauty is coming through in this reading to remind us that we were all uniquely and perfectly made in the image of our creator. You hear me? So the goddess of beauty right now, if anybody is struggling with self-love, self-worth, self-assurance, it's time to really, really look in the mirror and realize that your thumbprint don't match nobody else's for a reason. You were uniquely crafted and made to have an energetic signature that nobody else has had, to come make your mark on this world like nobody else can. You got the beautiful planets, y'all. We got galaxies, we got stars, we got humans, we got animals, and out of all this shit that creation really thought we needed, he also thought the world needed you, the world needed me. There is no mistakes when it comes to an almighty, all-knowing creator. So the goddess of beauty is really coming out, because I feel like as a collective, we're starting to realize how hard it is, especially if you are an African woman, to genuinely, wholeheartedly, and truly be yourself without any societal interpretation of what you should look like, how you should talk, how you should dress. You hear me? It's hard to have authentic self-expression when we live in a society that truly dictates to women what our standards of beauty should be, what our standards of hygiene should be, what our you hear me? Let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be real about this, because I think the goddess of beauty is coming out for me to keep it straight stacks right now. It's time for all of us as divine feminists to start to look at what type of stigmas and dogmas and societal pressures are placed against us that prevent us from truly being ourselves, being our wholehearted, authentic selves. We can't even step into the corporate office work field without wearing your fro or your natural locks and it being frowned upon. But the fact of the matter is, this is your crown, and this is how God chose for it to grow. How do we break societal pressures now to make us feel inclusive? The goddess of beauty is coming out saying you are a wondrous being of light. There is nothing to change or fix. I think in order for us to make a new normal, we have to start to find the beauty within our normal, within our flesh, within this hyperpigmentation that y'all see going on, and still not throw on that foundation, and still not put on no edge control, because this texture is beautiful, the way that 4C curl up. We gotta find beauty in these things, y'all. The goddess of beauty is coming out to remind us that we were beautifully, perfectly, wonderfully crafted and made. How beautiful is that card? We also have the goddess of justice. What seems an injustice is actually a blessing. So sometimes we have in this earthly realm what's called blessings in disguise. You hear me? And with the beautiful law of polarity that we have given to us by creation, in order to get to something so beautiful, sometimes you have to go through something so rough. And the best analogy is look at a diamond. You got to put pressure on that motherfucker in order to get that thing that's worth it so much, that's so lucrative. But it goes through such a hard process in order to get to that phase of being so beautiful and so lucrative and worth so much. And that's the same thing here. Earth is our school, y'all. Some of us are sent here to get a fucking high school diploma. Some of us are sent here to get a bachelor's degree. And you got tramps like me that's been sent here to get a PhD. Our lessons are built different. Might take a little longer. It might feel a little harder. It might look a little more fucked up on the surface, but the goddess of justice is always here to remind us that there is a divine law of the universe called the law of polarity. And with this beautiful law of polarity means that if you find yourself going through something rough, something dark, something hard, just know that you have to come out of that eventually. There's something on the other side of that energy. Whatever you're going through, y'all, when we find ourselves in these dark moments, understand that it's only the way that darkness manifests on this plane of existence that makes us frown upon it. But darkness truly has its place in this universe, you hear me? That Big Bang Theory, if you want to use it, that shit came from darkness. We all came from darkness, so darkness has its place. The way that darkness chooses to manifest on this plane of existence, on the 3D, on the earthly realm, is why we frown upon it. Don't nobody like to deal with fear. Don't nobody like to deal with guilt. Don't nobody like to deal with sadness and depression and anxiety. But after fear, you get empowerment, courage, whatever that polar opposite is. After depression, you get happiness. These things come into our lives, or we contract it to these things, these energies or entities sometimes, to come into our lives and teach us something. The goddess of justice is here to remind us, no matter what you're going through, it's to teach you something. Get your grade or stay back and learn it all over again. These cycles in life is something that we can't get around. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and get these out the book one time for the one time. We got the goddess of beauty. beauty. Let me see. Oh, this is angel. I'm over here in angels looking for goddess. Like, Jazz, get your life. The goddess of beauty, y'all. You are a wondrously beautiful being of light, yet you cannot see it because you are comparing yourself to others instead of looking honestly and lovingly at yourself. Meditate upon the image on this card and allow your light and natural beauty to shine through. You are beautiful just as you are. There is nothing to change or fix. Just love and accept yourself as you are. As you honor the beautiful person that you are, others will feel the light and warmth radiating from you. As a result, you will attract wonderful and generous people into your life that will love and appreciate you for all you truly are. Just be yourself. That is where your beauty lies. Y'all, a message just came through. Please don't shoot the messenger, okay? When you think about beauty, I want everybody to ask themselves, what do you personally equate it to, right? Because what was just downloaded upon me is, I think we all as spiritual beings can agree that God is real and religion is fake. Shout out to T.I. putting it into such beautiful context. Please don't shoot the messenger, because if religion was real, we wouldn't have hundreds of them, correct? But within all these hundreds of religions, we believe in God. Period. That is the supreme being, or we believe in creation amongst all these hundreds of religions, right? Now I want everybody to ask themselves, we put creation on the highest pedestal in our lives. I think we can all agree that the law of attraction and the power of the mind and the power of the brain itself can literally regulate our lives, can literally sail our ships, can literally be the captains. You know, this right here is what regulates your life. And if the highest thing we put on the highest pedestal in our lives being our belief system, something so deeply rooted and embedded into our cognitive dissonance, into our protons, our electrons, our neurons, your belief system is literally what empowers you. And majority of this world looks at the white man as God. I feel like the goddess of beauty is coming out to remind us that self-love, self-worth, all of that stuff, how you view yourself, how much you love yourself, or how much self-hatred that you truly have, is solely dependent upon how you view the most powerful entity, deity, the most powerful person that you put on a pedestal, the almighty, the all-knowing. I feel like we will never be free if our oppressor is put on a shrine in this manner. Now hear me out. I am omnistic. Yeshua does not have to be white to be supreme. Buddha does not have to be white to be magnificent. Abraham, Muhammad, Shiva, Bonzu, these things, these deities, these entities, the most powerful things that we perceive, they do not have to be white to be that damn powerful, to be that damn magnificent. The goddess of beauty is here reminding us that divinity is your own identity. How you perceive what you're capable of in this world, how you perceive what you're willing to put forth, how you perceive, you know, the miles and the heights that you're capable of reaching is all really dependent upon how you perceive the most powerful energy, entity, deity in this world. Please don't shoot the messenger. We got to give the white man his God back. And hear me when I say Yeshua does not have to be white to be supreme. I'm not telling nobody to leave their belief system. Whatever makes you a better person on this earthly realm, I want you to stay firm. But understand this, Buddha was not a Buddhist, Muhammad was not a Muslim, and Yeshua was not a Christian, y'all. So at the end of the day, they were all teachers of love. So if you truly want to find love and you truly want to find beauty within yourself, you have to reflect upon the images that you deem or that you perceive to be magnificent, to be supreme, to be almighty, because ultimately that will determine how you view yourself. I see Black Lives Matter giving the white man everything back that he stole from us, or taking everything back that he stole from us. But our ancestors say you could riot, you could protest, you could loot, you could do whatever you want to do, but until you give that white man his God back, we will never be free. We will always have our oppressor on a pedestal until we decide to make that conscientious decision that our skin color, our melanin, is just as divine, it's just as magnificent. And like I said, if Yeshua is what makes you a great person, just know Yeshua does not have to be white to be supreme. And if you really start to research, you'll realize he was not white. And it's okay to understand that he comes from people like you. It will help you see the beauty in yourself when you understand that maybe the person, the energy, the entity, the deity that created everything that I see, maybe that energy that is so omnipresent that I feel 24/7 could look like me. Because I'm not going to lie, y'all, my God got the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, and locks down past her butt. She's gorgeous. And that was the only way that I was able to truly see beauty in myself, is to put that supreme deity, that supreme being, that person that I feel created everything, that magnificent almighty energy, in the mirror, in the image and the likeness of myself. That was the only way for me to find that true beauty of myself. I know I'm rambling, y'all, but I feel like my ancestors really wanted me to say this, so please don't shoot the messenger. It's just something to think about, and it may be too soon, but it's something to think about. We could do all the protesting, all the looting, and all the rioting in the world. We could make every action set forth to make some type of change. But until we change our mindsets about what is truly supreme, we will never be free if our oppressor is still our God. And I feel like one of the worst things that happened during racism and slavery was when they took away something so sacred to us, which was our spirituality. That's where everything went wrong. Because the only way that Haiti was able to gain their independence was through our spirituality. Can I stop, Spirit? We got the goddess of justice. Let's move on, y'all. I had to get that out. Please don't shoot the messenger. Y'all know I love y'all. So if I trigger you, we heal together. We evolve together. Spirit just said it's something to think about. Continue to do what you're doing, but are we really ever free if the most powerful energy is our oppressor? Something to think about. Food for thought. The goddess of justice says you feel that a certain situation in your life is in some way unfair, yet be assured that justice, which is the natural state of balance inherent in the universe, does exist. Justice is actually the universal law of cause and effect through which all in life is kept in balance. The recent event which you perceive to be unfair is actually a blessing in disguise, here to guide you towards your highest purpose. It is understandable that you cannot see the blessing at this time. However, the goddess of justice is asking you to surrender the strong emotions and resentments you've attached to this situation. Trust, by letting go of this issue, she will help clear your path and create space for something wondrous to occur. I think we kind of picked up on that, y'all. I think we kind of called that, y'all. It's pretty much a lot of blessings in disguise right now. Painful ascensions lead to beautiful evolutions. Y'all got to understand that while that butterfly, while that caterpillar is inside of the cocoon, it's undergoing something called a chrysalis. That chrysalis can't feel good because that butterfly still grows while that cocoon stays the same size. I feel like as a collective, we are all undergoing something similar to a chrysalis phase, where we know we're evolving. We know we're growing. We know that these are nothing but growing pains, but at the end of the day, it still don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? It still don't feel good. But understand, that majestic, beautiful butterfly is in that cocoon, getting all its colors, getting all of its patterns, getting all of its wings, getting all of its beautiful things, that once it starts to fly and it literally floats back past you, it doesn't matter if you're in conversation, it's just that beautiful that you gotta look, you gotta stare. It takes a while for beautiful things to come into fruition, because this law of polarity, and that's why y'all, it's a lot of spiritualists that negate duality. That's like negating God. It's the way that darkness manifests on this plane of existence that makes us frown upon it. But ultimately, darkness has its place in the universe. And I'm pretty sure in other planets, in other galaxies, darkness may not look as bad. But once again, we all come to something called Earth School. So it has to look a little different in order for us to learn a little different. But what bothers me is some people preach this, anti-duality shit. And I'm like, nah, I could be ratchet and I could be righteous. That's what it's here for. You got to perfect both sides so you can meet in the middle. Not negate both sides So you could just spiritually bypass in the middle. That is not what we were sent here to do, you guys. That is not what we were sent here to do. You got to perfect this light and know when you need to use it and who deserves it. And then you got to perfect this shadow and know that it's here to protect you, because ultimately we have somewhere to go after this. This 3D stuff is truly temporary. The 5D is what's truly permanent. So at the end of the day, hi, how are you? Yeah, no problem. You can go right on in. So the 5D is what's truly permanent. Sorry, y'all, I have a maintenance request, okay? So y'all see, you know, my maintenance guy walking, don't even worry about it. And with that being said, when we all have somewhere to go, we got to understand that this earthly realm, this earthly experience is extremely temporary. I lost my train of thought. I really thought I had something. I had something going there, y'all. I was about to say something, but we're going to go ahead and pull out. Spirit, let's get one for Goddess of Beauty, Goddess of Justice. You can walk right on in. It's open.
Thank you.
My mom is in there too. You'll see. Thanks.
The dog is okay?
Oh, he's small. He's little. Yeah. He won't do nothing to you. Nothing at all, sir.
Hello.
So we have Yemaya that came out immediately. Asheo. If you don't know, Yemaya is an Ifa goddess originated in Yoruban spirituality. Upon slavery, we all migrated to the Caribbean and elsewhere, and we all took our sacred spirituality, created it with the languages that we had available to us at the time based upon who colonized us at the time. For instance, the Spanish people were colonized by the British. The Haitian people were colonized by the French. We have something called Creole, which is broken French, and they created Spanish and other Spaniard languages amongst the Caribbean, so on and so forth. The Jamaicans were colonized by the British. They have Patois, which is a broken English, etc. Yemaya and Santeria is the same. Yemaya and Candomblé, I'm not 100% sure, but Yemaya in Haitian spirituality is a La Sirène, okay? La Sirène. Yemaya is the goddess of the ocean. We all understand that water brings healing energies, right? Yeah, she's clarifying the goddess of beauty. So this is her message that's coming across. I believe that it's time for us to all embrace these natural states of beauty and understand that we were all created in the image and the likeness of our Creator. So who are we to tell our Creator what was done wrong or imperfectly or what needs to be changed? I feel like as a collective there are a lot of divine feminines, like considering plastic surgery. It's a lot of divine feminines that are very comfortable with their beat face. Y'all, I love a beat face, but understand there is nothing wrong with your melanin. It's nothing wrong with a little acne scars. It's nothing wrong with a little hyperpigmentation. These are the things that were uniquely given to you on purpose. We have to understand Yemaya comes with a powerful healing energy. Powerful healing energy. I want to get her out the book for us. I shall. All right. I'm going to read this all. No, you know what? Y'all do y'all research. If y'all feel guided to Yemaya, y'all research her, okay? But we're just going to get the meaning. The meaning of this card is a respectable woman, an affectionate mother or motherhood, pregnancy and childbirth, marriage or engagement, a dignified figure, proud of her position and responsible for her duties and functions, hypersensitivity to physical pain and sentimentality. This card governs the female erogenous zones and reproductive system and is also related to the blood and urological systems. Wealth and material comfort, a person who enjoys honors, the good life, a luxuries, but without falling into frivolity. Since here she possesses highly developed social and humanitarian principles, a prosperous undertaking. I feel like as a collective, it was a lot of like Empress energy in there. We're birthing new ideas. Some people could be birthing new children, okay? Maybe star seeds and indigo children are actually picking their souls at the moment to come and incarnate. But we're birthing new ideas. We're birthing new manifestations. We're birthing new energies. We're birthing new earth. As a collective, we're birthing the new earth that everybody is in a trajectory towards right now, one by one. Yemaya is here to pretty much encourage that we have to also birth new perceptions about our inner beauty, about our self-love journeys, about what we truly see when we look in the mirror, okay? It's time for us to start to understand that we are co-creators, co-conspirators with the universe. If you are uncomfortable with anything that you're currently dealing with, and that could be perceptions of self-love, self-worth, all of these good things, understand that you are a co-creator. You can co-create new perceptions of yourself as long as you put your 2 feet down and do your due diligence. Spirit, let's get one for the Goddess of Justice, Spirit. Why is the Goddess of Justice here collectively to remind us about the law of polarity, Spirit? Why is the Goddess of Justice here? Yemaya, Ashel. We have dwarves and gnomes. I love this deck because they got like little intricate stuff in here. So I really don't know what this card means, y'all. It's not a part of the original tarot. But we're going to go ahead and get it out the book. Dwarves and gnomes. Okay. It says, because the earth is ancient, these elementals may represent very old, traditional, wise people. If you are a man, you will be wealthy with a resolute and stable spirit. Very earthy characteristics. You will be financially successful. You have important contacts. If you are a woman, you will have a fighting and persevering spirit with deep self-confidence. You will not stand for being disappointed by anybody. You will not accept deceit or lies, and you will not be a partner to somebody else in it. Your economic situation is good, and you will know how to use it for the benefit of everyone, together with less than positive cards. I know that's like with other cards. That's beautiful. If y'all can't really see how the messages are all tying into self-love, self-worth, self-beauty, obviously there are some struggles amongst the collective that a lot of us are dealing with. Thank you so much. A lot of us are dealing with when it comes to what we see when we truly look in the mirror. I told y'all I felt heightened plastic surgery energy. I felt, let me shop for a new foundation because the summer is changing and I'm really not feeling the melanin right now. I gotta call it how I see it. Yemaya is a beautiful goddess. Let's keep it 100. Back in the day, our ancestors, they didn't need makeup. They seen beauty with whatever they seen in themselves was always divine. It was always royal. It was always regal. It's not until we stepped into these white supremacist patriotic times that we started to see nothing but European models on the television screen. So to all my young black girls who grew up with nothing but European models on the television screen, I'm here to let you know that misrepresentation of our divine beauty within our divine culture, I'm sorry that you've experienced that, but it is your job and your job alone to start to change that. It's our jobs and our jobs alone to start to see that texture is beautiful, because the Bible that I read, I think his hair looked like mine. You hear me? It's really time for us to start to make these strides for ourselves, because if we're really expecting our elders or the previous generation to give us this game, y'all, they did not grow up in the age of Aquarius. They did not grow up in this age of information where it's so readily available to receive. They did not have Google the way that we do. So to be quite honest and frank, I'm gonna cut our ancestors some slack, and I'm going to put the foot on our necks, because we have access to these resources. We have access to this information. We don't have to go to a library and thumb through thousands of books to get the knowledge that's so powerful. No, and we don't have to spend thousands of dollars to go to these universities to get the knowledge that's so powerful. No, because I think that we can all agree that the history that they taught us in school made us believe that our history started with slavery, and that we didn't come from kings and queens and emperors and empresses, and that we didn't teach them how to bathe and how to clothe themselves, and they didn't teach y'all that. So if y'all waiting for these things to be handed to you, if y'all waiting for these validations, the self-worth and the self-love, for somebody to finally say, you know what, we fucked up, we misrepresented the beauty of black women, we didn't allow these little black girls to stop perming their hair and fucking their scalp up while they was young, because all that we gave them was white Barbie dolls, and all that we gave them was white European models on the TV screen. Nobody's gonna give us these apologies, but what we can do is demand that shit. If you work in corporate America, I encourage you to rock your fro. Who gonna check you, boo? If you work in corporate America, I encourage you to rock your dreads. Who gonna check you, boo? I encourage you to do these things, because the harsh reality of it is, y'all, I wake up like this every day. This is how God wanted my hair to grow. I put color in it, but this is how God wanted my hair to grow. We have to start to demand the things that we can't change. Our black women should not be getting fired for the way that her hair grows. Our black men should not be getting not accepted to the university or the D1 sports teams because of their beautiful locks. But if we truly want to inflict this change when it comes to beauty and the injustice that we all have. And y'all know how fucked up it feels to see our culture appropriated, to see the other races of women being able to do it and get away with it while we're scrutinized for these things. If we want justice pertaining to the divinity within our identity, the beauty that we all possess within naturally, the way we were created in God's image and likeness of perfection, we got to demand that shit. I encourage everybody to get a little rebellious on them, okay? That is our collective message. I love you guys. Love, peace, light, and blessings. If you would like to do a personal reading with me, all of the information is down low below in the description box. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment, y'all. I love y'all comments. Y'all comments really make my day. I love y'all, man. Y'all dope as fuck. Love, peace, light, and blessings.